Playboy Radio's Holly and Michael live at the incredible, the one and only Dash Radio. That's right, Playboy Radio is powered by Dash Radio. Check it out. The iOS or Android store, get the app. It's free to download. It's free to listen. It's free to just hang out with us or go to, what is it? Oh, dashradio.com/ Playboy Radio.
You just said it.
I just said it. Oh, so much fun being back in the studio.
I know.
It's been almost 3 weeks because we've been on location.
It feels weird.
Between Mexico, Toronto, Texas, Florida, back to Toronto. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I love it though. It's great. Oh, I gotta turn the volume down here so I can see the comments and
Are
everything.
you starting to get a Canadian accent there, eh?
Canadian A? I don't know about Canadian A. So much has been going on. It's, I don't even know where to begin. Let me tell you, tomorrow, take the time, make sure you listen. We have an incredible couple coming into the studio tomorrow, Jake and Sophia. They're actually visiting us today to see what it's like beforehand. I'm excited. So we may hear from them. They may chime in, but we don't want to take anything away. Between the sheets?
Real talk between the sheets.
Real talk between the sheets.
Where's that voice coming
That's
from?
their
Oh my
podcast.
God.
They will be live with us tomorrow. I'm excited they joined us today just to hang out and watch. Hi to everybody. It's incredible to be back in the studio. It's so good to see people, baby. I love seeing you.
I love seeing you.
Being married and seeing you every day is still not the same. I still love seeing you. I know. A lot has gone on. As far as what's coming up, join us in March. I believe there's one room left. It was sold out. There's one room. Somebody canceled. YoungSwingersWeek.com. If you can't book for March, book for July and October. We have a ton of new things going on there between us broadcasting and hosting. We'll be speaking. We'll be launching our Triple T seminars.
Yeah, and I love our family, but I don't want to share a room.
Time to touch. What do you mean?
Yes, time to touch.
Time to.
You said there's only one room left.
Oh yeah, we're not
I'm
sharing.
Not sharing.
No. Well, it depends on what they look like.
True.
You might share for a few hours.
The bathtub, maybe.
The bathtub, maybe. I actually fell asleep in the bathtub in Toronto because you guys would not stop talking. We had all these people in the suite. None of you would stop talking, so I went to the bathroom. I did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I crawled into the bathtub because people are on the bed. No problem. I don't care. You can play on my bed. I didn't want to play. I wanted to go to sleep. X Club, amazing experience. Just incredible. It was great to see Brian and Jess. Always amazing to see Sean and Hannah. Jake hosted a dinner at the Vatican for us in our honor.
Oh.
It was, the Vatican's a place in Toronto that they call it the Vatican.
Yeah.
So many great stuff. Seeing Aristotle DJ. Just so much great stuff going around. Also in Jamaica, the end of April, we will be with wildwomenvacations.com and the Playful Pussycats. There are a few rooms available. That is the 22nd through the 29th. But the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, we're leaving the 22nd.
For Rochester.
Meet us in Rochester for the Rochester Rock Arts Festival. SagSeaDreams.com. There you go. All right, I got all that out.
That was awesome. That was a mouthful.
That was a mouthful. I'm not.
That's what she said.
That's. I can only hope that's what she said, right?
Right.
Now, since we've been out of the studio, we've talked about it on social media, but unfortunately, we haven't been able to talk about it live on air. There was an article that has been released in multiple different languages around the world, here in the U.S. and around the world, about you and I. As living in the lifestyle, as parents, as radio hosts for Playboy. And it got a lot of press, so much so that we've done morning shows outside of the U.S. We've said no to the morning shows in the U.S. And we can share why. We'll share that in a few minutes. But for London, Australia's coming up and things like that.
Yeah.
It's just been an incredible journey. And I love that we're just opening the eyes of new people. They don't have to agree with what we're doing. Would you agree?
Yeah, but I would say hopefully they listen.
Well,
not to. I mean,
hopefully they don't judge.
Just to open up their minds and see what else is out there.
Right. And what I'm saying is, I totally respect that you have your way of living, your way of wanting to do things. But
right.
Does what we're doing hurt you?
Not at all.
And if it doesn't, then why are you judging us?
Exactly. That's your story to write. This is our story to write, and we're not impeding on your story.
Well, that's a good way to put it out. Yeah.
Right?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to post something here.
Oh, okay.
I know you hate when I do that.
I do. I hate it.
A lot of the comments, though, unfortunately, were negative. They closed it after a few hours, almost 600 comments, and they said, okay, that's enough comments on that. Jeez. I mean, some stories get 12, 1,300 comments. This one, unfortunately, a number of them were negative, talking about, oh, what great parents you are, what example you're setting. And I say, and Jake and I talked about this, and I know we'll talk about it tomorrow on air, is what are you, vanilla, Mr. and Mrs., telling your kids about your sex life?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
So what is the big deal? I'm not telling my children. I'm not doing it in front of my children. What is?
I have no idea.
What is the
I think
issue?
that
I mean, where do
people
you see
just
it?
can't wrap their head around it, but they can wrap their head around other things. Like maybe
They can wrap their head around cheating.
Exactly.
They can wrap their head around deceit.
that. Exactly.
Oh, say you're sorry.
Right.
Wait, don't tell her or him you cheated. No, tell them.
Yes.
Tell them you cheated. If you cheated, don't cheat. Don't cheat. But if you do, hey, at least have the courage.
Yeah. Right.
It's all about courage.
It's all about courage.
It's all about courage.
So I don't know where that's from. Going off there.
52 sleeps, by the way, until Hito in April.
Oh.
Michelle just shared that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
52 sleeps.
So you were saying, baby, squirrel?
Exactly.
I cut you off.
I think that people just don't, either they can't wrap their head around it, or they're judging us because they're doing something totally wrong.
Well,
and they're thinking, oh my God, what are they doing? They're telling each other this?
Well, they also quote the Bible about adultery. Let's not misunderstand what adultery is. Adultery isn't cheating. The technical term of adultery is having sex with someone you're not married to.
Right.
When you're married.
Right.
But where, in my opinion, adultery is not wrong if you're doing it consensually.
Partner is
Yeah.
dating
You want to be a douche and say, I don't believe there's one right way to swing. I don't.
Not at all.
I think there are a lot of wrong ways.
Yo, totally.
And when you and I
my
say
God,
the
totally.
couple that plays together stays together, playing together literally just means whether you have a hall pass, which means you can go out with a man or a woman on your own, you don't always have to be your partner,
Right.
or whether you always stay in the same room and everything in between, you're doing it consensually. That's playing together because you're
Right.
not lying.
Or just even talking about this.
You're not lying.
You're not lying.
So you're playing together. And that's how I feel you stay together.
Right.
At least in my opinion.
My opinion too. That's why we work so well together.
Yeah. I don't even know who Ann Angel is, Ian, so you're going to have to tell us who the hell that is. So we were not in London. We're being asked that. We made that clear, I thought. The 15-minute interview, incredible on ITV's This Morning. The hosts were a blast. Poor Holly. It's not my Holly.
Not this Holly.
The other Holly, the hostess there. She was like she had SARS or something. I mean, she was coughing so much.
No, I think she choked on something.
I don't know. I think she was having fun,
Oh,
but
poor girl. Everyone was saying.
we had a babysitter come to her house at 1 a.m. our time because of the time difference in London. And we were taken to their studios here in Los Angeles. We were in a studio in Los Angeles. They were live in London. They did make an offer or a suggestion. We just felt for a 15-minute interview going to London with all the other things we have going on. We love the UK. We will be back in the UK later this year. Just didn't fit into our schedule.
Right.
So we're very blessed that they found a way to do it. We're going to be doing the same thing with Australia TV next week.
You know it's really
Oh,
hard
crap, that
not
is
to
it.
look at yourself though on that green screen.
I know.
It's very hard.
I know.
Because you want to make sure you're not looking stupid on this.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But it was fun.
It was a blast.
They asked, I thought, great questions. You can see the video of us on YouTube, or you can look at Facebook, which is Michael Pockets, or Twitter, which is at SwingTime69, and the video of us on ITV's This Morning from London. And it was shown, I mean, again, anyone can see it, but I think it's live in the UK. I don't know where else it's live.
Australia?
No, it's not live in Australia.
No.
No, goofball.
Just throwing countries out
They
there.
can YouTube it. Do you realize the spatial distance?
Right.
Think of a map. Australia, UK over here.
But they can broadcast.
They can broadcast it there. This
Oh my
is true.
God.
They could. Somebody could pay to get ITV there.
Yeah.
Just like we get BBC here.
Exactly.
And that stands for British Broadcasting.
I'm gonna go somewhere else with that.
I love it. I want to just say, though, the host, thank you, because you made us not just feel welcome and warm, you made us feel accepted, and you didn't have to. A lot of mainstream media. I will share this. This was funny, though. So before we go on, they let you and I know that, what was that day in the UK?
Some holiday.
And who was going to be watching?
Children.
Children were going to be watching. So they said, listen, let's just, let's recognize that. Okay, you and I understand we're PG for the most part anyway. And before our segment came up, they had a segment talking about incest.
Yes.
They had one talking about rape.
Yes.
Not fun things to talk about. And I'm thinking you're saying these words and you're worried about us using the term bisexual.
Right.
That is how closed off mainstream. Now, not the producers. The producers didn't mind, but they were concerned that bisexual would be more scary for a child to hear than rape and incest.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting, personally.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought it was
I'm
interesting.
not gonna go there.
So I worked around that. If you remember, I said enjoying the company of someone of the same gender.
Yes.
That's what I
You
said.
were very good at that.
Thank you.
Holy crap.
Instead of
I
saying,
did not know what to say.
That's what I had said. So yeah, as we said there, as we've said for almost 6 years, March 17th will be 6 years for us with Playboy Radio. Cheating, never. Cheating is based on lying and deceiving. Being in the lifestyle, being consensually non-monogamous, built around trust and honesty. Mm-hmm. You agree? You disagree?
100%
What
agree.
do you think?
I've been doing this for 6 years. I agree.
You agree, or you just learn not to disagree?
No, well,
Oh,
a little of both, maybe.
Little of both, maybe. I don't know. It's always exciting, though.
Yeah.
There's nothing, in my opinion, that you can do wrong as long as you make the decision to learn from it. Oh, okay.
Oh, me personally.
Little Miss Perfect. We got Regina checking in. We love our friends in Regina.
Yeah.
It's a city that rhymes with fun.
Did you know that
Deadpool's from there.
Deadpool's from Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, that's what I said.
There's actually a statue, I'm not kidding, of Ryan Reynolds
That's
in
crazy.
Regina, Saskatchewan.
Why don't we have a statue?
Of you?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That'd be amazing.
How about if we start with a
I'm
fleshlight?
totally messing.
How about if we start with a fleshlight?
There you go.
Doc Johnson offered to make
Money
one for you.
off
Doc Johnson did offer to make one for you.
Yeah.
But swinging, one of the interesting parts, too, that opened my eyes from all these negative comments, and a few positive, living in the lifestyle, being consensually non-monogamous, swinging, whatever you want to call it, is less about sex and more about communication, relationships, intimacy, and sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 things, not 8. I'm counting on both hands here. It's like a mirror image.
Did you?
Ready? Oh, look at that.
man.
Oh, I can't really do it. Where's RW Magic? What do you say, though, to people who say, oh, you're swingers just because you're sex addicts?
No, we're not.
No, trust me, Pockets is
No,
not
I'm
a sex
not
addict.
a sex addict.
Sex to her is like going to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. Oh, crap, I'll go to the gym.
So much work. I'm
Man,
sweaty.
we're driving to the gym. Okay, we're here. We gotta start. It's gonna take how long? After? Oh my God, I feel great. I'm glad I was there. That's how she looks at sex,
Wait,
too.
why can't I wear headphones during sex? Why can't I listen to music during sex?
You could.
I do it at the
If
gym.
I could get laid more, you could.
Oh, touche.
I have a great sex life. I'm messing with you. I have a great
What do I
sex
say to
life.
those people? I don't. They're ignorant.
Because they think it's only, well, but are they ignorant or are they going based on what
Maybe
is
if they let
society
themselves-
perceived, so
Yes.
that's all they know?
Maybe if they let themselves learn about it
Right.
and educate themselves about not just these people or these people in the lifestyle, everybody.
Well, I like some of the comments you've made and I've made back to people on social media, which is, listen, I'm going to do for you what you didn't do for me. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You're calling me this name, you're calling us that name. I'm going to not call you ignorant, which literally just means one who does not know.
Right.
Because that would mean I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
That's all you're right. Let them then determine how stupid they are.
Yeah, and they think they know my life or our life.
Right.
We don't assume to know their life and what
No.
their struggles. That we're not struggling. We don't know what goes on.
Everyone
in their
has
bedroom.
struggles,
We
baby.
don't know what. Yeah.
No,
it's-
not just the bedroom. Even outside.
Right.
Keith said it. I agree, Keith. I love sex too. You like sex a lot. But we're not. Somebody said this when you and I did a show once, and they said we're not freaks, but we like to get freaky.
Of course.
We're not, a sex addict. You don't understand the definition if you call people in the lifestyle a sex addict. They're not sex addicts. If that's all they do 24/7, they neglect their business, they neglect their family, they neglect everything else. They've got an addiction to sex or something, right? Whatever it is that's consuming their time. There's a difference between harmonious passion and obsessive passion. For you and I, well, think about gamers. Think about people who enjoy sex. Think about people that like to read or be online or view porn. If it's something that you could take away and they're still happy about life, it's a harmonious passion. If they're not itching to go do it or wondering what's going on,
Don't use the word itching, please.
it's harmonious. Obsessive passion, they're not even satisfied while they're doing it because they want to keep doing it. And when they're done doing it, they're anxious to get back to doing
And they
it.
feel like
That's
they
an
have to-
obsessive passion.
Right, and they feel like they have to up their game every time.
Every time. They feel like they have to up their game, and that's an unfortunate thing. So yes, as much as I love a lot of sex with you, and when we play with others, it's something that I enjoy doing. But when we don't do it, life is just as awesome.
Still great.
It's still pretty awesome. I'm a very, very lucky man, I feel.
Yes,
I do.
you are.
But people say, how do we rev up the passion? I read something, and I really don't like the blogs that this website posts. I won't name the website. And I've said this before. I don't like you. If you're having troubles in the bedroom, you do not get into the lifestyle.
Not at all.
You work on your issues first. Then you look at sharing yourself and your partner.
Right.
Do it as a we, not a me.
Yes,
A secure me creates a strong we.
I agree.
We're good. But if you get into this amazing community, whether you play or you don't play, and you're not strong at home, home's going to not be home anymore.
Right.
Eventually, because this lifestyle, if there's cracks in your relationship,
it will destroy you and your marriage.
It will. It will. If you're looking to be happy through somebody else sexually or emotionally, if you're not happy with your partner, I mean, if you and I weren't happy, would you be okay playing with women or couples?
Not at all.
What would be the reason?
Because we need to fix us, and if we can't fix us, then we need to separate.
Right.
And go our separate ways.
Because at that point, we're friends with benefits.
Right.
Paying bills together.
Yeah.
Cohabitating, and then just having sex with whoever we want.
Right.
But we do now what we do with rules and boundaries, out of respect and love for each other.
Yes.
But you want to keep the passion revved up in your relationship. I feel there are don'ts and there's do's. Mm-hmm. And I want to share some don'ts before I share the do's. And we've talked about some of this before. I know one thing we're going to talk about tomorrow with Sophia and Jake is they have a really tough time finding single men. Single men in the lifestyle.
Right.
Because love is blind, but attraction isn't.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't blame them. Great looking couple. No matter what they look like, in my opinion, they're very good looking. But even if they weren't, they have the right to be picky.
Yeah, of course.
They're lucky to be hot, though. I'm just saying. Hashtag just saying. But you also have the right to pick and choose. And not only then looks, it becomes personality, it becomes, yeah, this is just about sex, but also treat me like a person.
It is. You don't want some jerk or asshole
Right.
having sex with you because you still have to have sex with that person.
And as the husband, that's not somebody I'd want to
Not at
see
all.
you have. I enjoy seeing you pleasured.
Thank you.
You're far more bi than guy. But the few times, well, we actually have never played with a single man. The times we play with couples, I love seeing you pleasured. I'm having fun, you're having fun, we're doing it together. And if there's something we didn't like, then we make sure not to do that again.
Right.
If something's going on that breaks our rules, you have before said to me, honey, he just tried to stick it in without a condom. We need to go. And I've been inside the wife with a condom on, and we've got up and left. Because I'm not worried about their feelings.
Of course not.
I'm worried about yours.
You're my husband.
But
You're my spouse.
if you don't have the passion in the bedroom, though, then there are do's and don'ts. Here's a don't. Don't ignore the issues.
Yeah.
You want to consider a relationship that's consensually non-monogamous, don't ever ignore the issues.
You're just sweeping it under the rug, and that's not the way to fix things.
No, if you look at Michael Pockets on Facebook or at SwingTime69 on Twitter, you'll recognize a video we did yesterday. Well, we did it a while ago. We released it yesterday, where you acknowledged some pain and suffering you went through in your first marriage. Mm-hmm. And you constantly attempted to bring the topic up to discuss it. And what did he tell you each time?
It wasn't the time.
Wasn't the right time.
It wasn't the time to discuss it.
Don't.
I'm in a mood, or I'm in this and that. No, it's
you're in a mood.
the time when we need to talk about it.
When it's gotten so bad that I caught you again and again and again.
Right.
We need to. So don't ignore the issues. Don't ignore the issues. Another don't shut down your sexuality or sensuality with each other, thinking that will bring you closer. What I mean by that, some therapists, if you're working with a therapist, will say, okay, don't have sex right now, but play with each other. Be intimate, be passionate, use foreplay. Okay, hear what they're saying. They're not saying cut off complete sexuality and sensuality. Mm-hmm. And in your relationship, don't ever use sex as a weapon.
Never. I know.
Well, you didn't do this or you did that, so you're not getting laid tonight.
Or if you do this.
Right, then you'll get some.
Yes.
You said do.
I said do.
You did, okay. Don't think about an affair. Consider consensual non-monogamy or end your relationship.
Yeah.
Because an affair is cheating.
It is.
An affair is lying.
Always.
And only three things can never stay hidden. Do you remember what they are?
Yeah, the sun, the moon, and the truth.
You got it. Those three things will never stay hidden. Mm-hmm. They will come out eventually.
Yes.
Don't think you're the lucky one. And if you are, it just means you haven't got caught yet. So don't lie. Don't cheat. Don't have an affair. Don't ignore the issues. Don't be afraid to experiment with variety in sexual positions with each other, sexy lingeries, toys. And even if you're thinking of opening up, start slow. We've talked about hiring a pro.
Exactly. People may think down on that, but that's a really good way to start because they leave.
You're really paying them to get the F out afterwards.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, they're not texting you or your partner.
There's no emotional involvement.
No.
You're paying them for a service.
We've often suggested if you want to know how you're going to react to seeing your woman with another woman or your man with another woman or your woman with a man, go to a strip club, a male or a female strip club. See how you respond to that, but acknowledge your feelings. Share with your partner what's going on.
Right.
And when you do that, you can communicate better, communicate stronger, and then recognize your own insecurity. Yeah. Jake, I'm laughing. I know you
said. What's going on?
No, you say something. This is funny. He's like, I'm trying not to distract him. You're not. Don't worry. I love you, man.
No, that's actually how.
That's how you guys started?
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right,
So
so
she wanted to be with girls.
Jake and Sophia wanted to be with girls, so strip club.
Yeah.
Great idea. And when I say hire a pro, I get really angry. Oh, but they're a prostitute. Hold on. Coal miners sell their bodies too. They don't live past the age of 42 because they die from the infestation down in the coal mines. So you're okay with coal miners selling their body, but you wouldn't be okay with a man or a woman selling their body. It's just because you can't tax them. Learn how to tax them.
Right.
Weed. Once they understood they could tax weed, it's legal. You know, I think Colorado got so much money their first year they had to give some back because of all the taxes they earned. Yeah, I'm not kidding. They had to give money back to the people. That's how incredible
Nebraska, it's not even medicinally legal.
It's Nebraska, honey.
It's Nebraska.
They want you eating corn. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
It's called the Corn Huskers
Smoke
for a
the
reason.
corn.
Yeah. All right, here's some must-do steps, I believe,
Okay.
to keep the intimacy alive, or to rev it back up if you want to go from icy to spicy. Draw from the intimacy you two created in the past, and then expand on it. Don't be afraid of that role-playing. Don't be afraid of fantasy fulfillment and fantasy sharing.
Yeah.
On location, you and I often do what's called a fantasy box, where people write down a fantasy and they put it in there, sexual fantasy. All right, because we're talking about intimacy, whether it's with their partner or someone else, and they don't have to put their name on it. Then we pull them out of the box and we discuss it as a group, and people get the opportunity to act those out.
Right.
And it's a very innocent way so that your partner doesn't judge you. We strongly suggest don't judge your partner when you're doing something like opening up and sharing a fantasy.
Because then they're gonna feel lashed out at, and they're
Right.
not gonna ever do that again.
I stopped with my ex-wife. She would often ask, what do you think of her? What do you think of her? She's pretty. We'd be in bed. Oh, wouldn't it be fun if this person was here with us? Yeah, that'd be fun. And then a few hours later, or even that moment, she'd stop. I knew it. I got you.
Right.
Wait, why did you trap me? When I ask you those questions, I'm not trapping you.
Why would people do that to their spouse? To catch them?
Yeah, insecurity. Insecurity.
But
Think
you're
about it.
living with this person. You claim to love this person. Why would you attack them for something that you brought up?
That you brought up.
Yeah.
Again, it's an. So when we have insecurities, the first two letters are IN. Begins inside ourselves. All right. And unfortunately, whether it's a positive or negative, we look for validation in life.
True.
And when our partner validates what we're thinking, even the negative, remember we have those two buttons in our head.
Yeah.
We can push the negative button and overreact, or push the positive button and be proactive about things. So a lot of times, unfortunately, men and women will push that negative button. They want to validate their insecurity.
Right.
So they're catching you. My thing is this, and I said this to you when we first met, and I say this to people now. Please don't ask me a question unless you want an honest answer.
Right.
You're asking me. If you want an honest answer, be
for.
careful what you wish for. Yes, your ass always looks good in those jeans, baby. But that's not the same.
You always need to say that.
Thank you. That's just not the same. All right, so draw from intimacy. Start with you, though. It's tough. We always think we have to put our partner on this pedestal and we're down here. No. It reminds me of the old saying. Don't walk in front of me and may not follow. Don't walk behind me and may not lead. Walk beside me and be my friend.
Right.
Because when we put our partner on a pedestal, what can happen to them?
They fall.
They can fall.
Fall hard.
And that can be hard on us. Yes, we want to make our partner important. And yes, they should come first when we're making decisions about things that can affect us and other people.
Right.
Right? Your needs come before anyone else's. Jake and Sophia are great, but your needs come before theirs.
Yes.
It's just a reality. So remember you, though. When you remember to take care of you, it becomes a lot easier to have a successful relationship. Because when you know what you need, silly side note, it's like masturbation. It is. If you didn't know your clitoris, your vagina, which is really just the opening, right?
Yes.
That whole thing, if you didn't know where you wanted it,
I didn't know that. Thanks for explaining it.
how would you be able...
You have to live
I
with
talk
me.
to her vagina sometimes, and once in a while it talks back. We call it a queef, but she gets really embarrassed. Anyhow, if you didn't know your body, though, wouldn't it be difficult to share with me what feels good?
It totally would.
That's the same thing.
That's
If you
why
don't-
I masturbate.
I love when you masturbate. Listen, I was never into masturbation, but you got me into mutual masturbation. That's fun.
Sexy.
It really is sexy. It's a lot of fun. All right, start with you. Remember, if you're not happy, others can't make you happy. They can't, and it's not their responsibility.
No, it's not.
Relax your body. That's one way. Just relax.
Breathe.
I'm not saying meditate. I do meditate. You don't have to meditate. And when you do, you're talking about 5 minutes, 10 minutes out of your day.
Yeah.
But relax your body and your mind, and the sex becomes so much more awesome.
Yes, it does.
When I say get moving, I don't mean move out of your house.
Get moving.
Walk, hike, dance. Just get up. Sometimes people are too stagnant. We sit. Our job might be complacent. Our job might be sitting in a chair all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If that is the case, then get up and walk on your breaks.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Just walk, and you would be shocked at how much better you feel about yourself.
More energy, more focus, more clarity.
Yes. And I mean this seriously. Use positive affirmations. Hit that positive button in your head. Oh, I wonder if I did a good job. No, I did do a good job. Because
Right.
if not, someone's going to let you know. And if they do, then you learn from it.
I feel like when you hit the negative button, it drags you down into this abyss of negativity. Because
Absolutely.
when you hit the positive, you work harder, you play harder, you do all this. When you're negative, it just drags you down and you get more and more depressed.
I agree.
So every time you hit that negative, remember, that's a conscious decision to make that positive negative.
It's your book.
Yeah.
You're writing your own chapter.
Yeah, so what do you want to be successful or do you want to be depressed?
Because you're going to be a failure if you're depressed all
Right.
the time. Well, that's not true. Robin Williams was seen as a success, but to him, he was depressed and committed suicide. But
Well,
you're
he went
saying
down the negative path.
he went down the negative path.
Right.
Jake, you wanted to add something? Go ahead.
Well, I was going what you guys were saying. Like whenever I feel myself like in a bad mood,
When you feel yourself in a bad mood that day?
I'm just not in a good mood.
Right.
I'll always try to look at someone and try to give them a compliment.
So when
And-
you're in a bad
and-
mood or
and-
having a
and
bad
it
day,
makes
you
them
look at
smile.
someone and give them a compliment.
To
And what does
make-
that do for you?
To make myself feel better about myself.
There you go.
Because I know I'm in a bad mood for whatever reason. I'm just
Okay.
funk or
Right.
whatever. And it works for me.
So for you, by sharing something nice
You have to
to someone else about someone else, you feel better about yourself.
because you have to look at the good.
There you go.
It
You're
takes your
looking at
mind,
the good. I love.
it
Listen,
takes your mind off the bad.
I'm not going to psychoanalyze that because the bottom line is what you're doing, in my opinion, for positive. Positive for
Right.
them and positive from you. You're not lying to them. You're sharing a positive about somebody.
What's wrong with saying, hey, you know what? Those are some cool pants.
Yes.
Or, you know,
Right.
hey, you know, you got a nice dress on.
Exactly.
What's the bad thing about
Nothing. And going along with what Jake said, in your relationship, if you're secure, if you're not, you need to work on that. People say to Holly, wait, doesn't that bother you that Michael just said that woman's attractive? Or they'll say to me, Michael, doesn't that bother you? Holly just said that guy was good looking. Well, why should it?
Why?
She's just
They
acknowledging
are.
something. Like Jake is saying. By the way, Jake and Sophia are back there behind because, unfortunately, a lot of us who believe in consensual non-monogamy can't be out.
Mm-hmm.
There are many different issues, many different reasons, and many different fears that go along with it. We don't judge. We understand. We actually encourage people to be very careful before you think about coming out. Not just me losing
Right.
jobs. You know, there's political people who lose their positions.
Yeah.
There's from the teacher who did adult content 10 years before she was a teacher here in the Southern California area, in the Valley, that lost her job teaching.
And it's probably to take her to school to teach.
Probably to get her through college. Who knows why? But the judgment is unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
Create sensual environments. That's another do with your partner. I'm talking about people that are in relationships, right? Candles, faux fur rug. I didn't say real fur, Peter. Don't bother me. We'll get emails from people sometimes.
Probably.
And music, that helps. And last but not least, I was talking about masturbation. If you remember how great sexual self-pleasure feels, you can reawaken some fantasies and then find the safety and comfort to share them with your partner after doing them, alone on yourself.
Ooh.
And it's fun. And again,
I
I don't want to
remember
go
that.
into too much detail what we're going to talk about with Jake and Sophia tomorrow, but the way they got into the lifestyle, the things that that progress them down there. Transpired. That progress them down. I know, sometimes I get tongue-tied.
Wow.
Shocking.
So weird.
Peter Piper picked a peck. Okay, anyway. The big black bug bit the big brown bear, and the big brown bear bled blood. Try to say that one.
Ooh.
Yes. Enunciate. Anyhow, my point is, whatever leads you to a path of open, honest communication, you don't have to share your partner sexually with somebody else. You don't have to share your partner emotionally with somebody else. But you must share yourself with your partner.
Yes.
If you don't share yourself completely with your partner,
How are they
like
gonna
Jake and
know?
Sophia did, like you and I do, how will they know? The other thing that I ask people to stop judging is couples that have issues, that are in the lifestyle. Listen, yeah, we know lifestyle couples that cheat. The sex is great at home and at the parties, but then they feel the man or woman needs more.
Right.
Communicate
It's
about
unfortunate.
it. It's unfortunate. Communicate about it.
Mm-hmm.
We do have issues as couples in the lifestyle, but they're not always about the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Bills are still paid.
Yeah.
Children are still raised. We co-parent. You know, your
Yeah,
son,
we do.
our son,
Yeah.
my daughter, our daughter. Those are real. And to expect anything different is unrealistic. It's unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, what were we going to say?
The first step to working on things is acknowledge it. Is
Right.
tell your partner, is to talk to your partner about everything.
I agree.
Otherwise, it's just gonna be there. It's just gonna hover over you.
It's like that black cloud. It'll always be there.
Yes.
It's like what Jake was saying. If you don't find a way, and you said, to turn the negative, turn that frown upside down.
Upside down.
Sex is a blast, but not everyone in an open relationship is having sex with others.
Mm-hmm.
please be having sex with each other.
Yes.
And I'd be more than happy. If you want to write us and ask, hey, what are those sexual experiences like when you play with single women or you play with couples? We'll tell you. The reason we don't go into great detail on air, right? Modern Love with Holli and Michael, Playboy Radio, powered by Dash Radio, is you're not the one that's having sex, I am. So really, do you want to hear it?
No, not really.
And if you do, write us. We'll tell you. Seriously, just write us. HollyandMichael.com. The email's right there. But the reason you can listen to other shows, and I love when they talk about what they do, as long as they recognize I'm not the one doing it, so get to your point. You know,
Right.
even morning shows. When we did the morning show that was last week in Houston, what's it called? Not Buddy Holly. It was a really fun show. We were on morning radio. We had to wake up really early.
Yeah, anyway.
But it was fun to listen to because they got to their point, right?
Yeah.
And they were talking about experiences they had and how others can have it too. And anything you guys share on your podcast, I know, same thing with what we share here on Playboy Radio, you can do.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like a VIP community.
Right.
No, it's not like an Oscar party where it's only the privileged. I don't care
we
what
say
you
the
guys
wrong-
say on stage.
And we say the wrong name.
Yeah, I don't care what you say on stage. You guys are privileged.
Yeah,
You can afford to strike and not work for 10 years. I can't. Anyhow. Not political about it at all. Not at all.
No anger whatsoever.
No anger at all. But I laugh. Yeah, exactly. I laugh. It's funny. Steve Harvey has to be happy now, though. After saying the wrong name for Miss Universe or Miss America, whatever it is, Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway, but I guess it was on the card.
Really?
The wrong thing was on the card.
So it wasn't his fault.
No, it wasn't their fault. But of course, I don't even want to go into some of the crazy people out there. Some of the crazy people out there. Michelle is saying, if you're not comfortable enough to talk about fantasies and sexual thoughts with your spouse, how the hell are you going to be okay watching the situation actually unfold in front of you?
True.
Very true. Leads me to dear friends of ours who will be with us in April. They were having trouble communicating with each other. They wanted to open up and share what their rules and boundaries were going to be. She's more of a, let's see how it goes. He's more of a, yeah, let's not get into that. You know, too many pitfalls there.
Right.
I want to know, what are you okay with? What am I okay with? What this? So, coached a little bit, and now, great message today. They had amazing sex over the weekend. They opened up a lot. They talked a lot, and they're going to do more.
Sweet.
Right. But that's their success.
So glad I was there for them.
I know. You're so nice. So I mentioned with Jake and Sophia, one of the issues they have is finding single men. Single women aren't the problem for you guys, right?
No.
Finding single women, no.
And actually, I'll say on the single men, it's
Right.
the reason why where she was looking for single men.
Right.
Well, because the couple things wasn't working out.
So the couple thing wasn't always working out, and that's something too that happens in the lifestyle. You have 4 personalities that have to click.
Yep.
And listen, I'm not fishing here. I'm okay to look at. I'm not great.
You're
I'm okay to
gorgeous.
no. Listen, I've got biceps. I'm okay to look at. I have a 6-pack, not an 8-pack, because I eat chocolate. But that's
So we're
my strength is definitely you, Pockets.
No.
I mean, yes, definitely a 9 to a 5. Or you're a 10-4, good buddy. You know, our truckers 10-4, good buddy. I don't want a woman taking one for the team, though, just so she and her husband can be with you, just like we wouldn't want the same thing.
Right.
But it is tough to get 4 personalities to match. When you and I met, it was our personalities,
Yeah.
right? When we play with a single woman, it's 3. See how I did that?
Oh my
It's 3 personalities, and it's about sex. But when it's 2 couple, look at that,
He
look at
learned
that.
this new trick and he
I
can't
learned
stop
this new
doing
trick.
it.
It becomes more difficult.
Yeah.
Because she may be attracted to the man and the woman, but you're not attracted to the woman at all. Or you're attracted to the woman and she's not attracted to the man, but she is the woman. There's so much
So many
dynamic.
variables.
Right. So it makes sense why some people choose to play with single women and single men. And for us, couples more so, I think, when we're away than when we're home.
Yeah.
We have a ton of friends. I mean, and anyway, it's hard. We're so situational about it. But we've had good success with Tinder, Adult Friend Finder, those for finding single women. And for men, where do you guys look for the single men?
I was trying Cassidy.
So you were trying Cassidy, not a lot of quality
not much
case.
success.
Actually, we just found Field.
Fuel?
Field.
Field.
is the new.
So that used to be Thrinder. They had to change their name
Yeah.
to FEELID, right?
No,
Just LD.
FEELD, Field. We're going to have to try that one again. We use Bumble and Tinder and Adult Friend Finder a lot.
Right.
We do.
Yeah.
And especially when we're traveling and stuff, it's just easy.
We just started that, and it's
So far,
I'll say
so
it's-
far good.
It's good. It's
probably,
free.
So?
it's probably the best that we've seen. As far
Okay.
as
Oh, wow.
the amount of attractive
So Field,
people on there.
FEELD, free app. You can download it. It's the best you've seen so far.
Yeah.
So far.
For the single men.
No.
No?
Well,
Couples, actually.
Oh, okay. For couples.
well, couples
Yeah.
and single.
Couples
Oh,
and single
okay.
men.
Yeah.
For us, with single women, Tinder, Bumble, Field was okay, and then Adult Friend Finder, yeah. But being single or being a couple, and if you do want to play with others, here are some tips, I think, and all of you guys chime in, and everyone on Facebook Live, thank you, thousands of people watching and talking. What do you think? I feel if you make yourself more appealing to potential partners, whether it's a one-night stand or long-term, this is a positive. Mm-hmm. So as a couple or as a single person, and here you're looking at single men, and guys are thinking, wait, I'm a single guy, I'm nice to look at, I'm respectful. Okay, but actions speak louder than words.
Yes, they do.
Showing respect to the husband, showing respect to the wife.
Acknowledging them. Goes a long way.
It sure does. And for me, it's less about how you look as a man. If we're playing with men just for you, I'm straight. It's more how he treats you and me.
Yes.
Is he going to respect your rules, what's good and what you say can't happen? Mm-hmm. Because if I feel he will, Jake, would you agree? If you feel the guy will, that's an okay guy.
Yeah.
As long as she's first approving, then you approve,
Yep.
as long as you feel he's respectful.
Yep.
All right. So guys and women, if you want to be more appealing, and couples, I feel if you do these simple things, they work. Number one.
Shower.
Okay, yes, shower. Definitely.
Groom.
Smell good was on there, absolutely. Big into. Roberto, no one's going to call you. You can just take your number off, or someone just delete his number. What a fool, thinking he put his phone number on there, someone's going to call him. Roberto, seriously? Where's 016? I don't know. Not trying to be a jerk, but, well, hey, listen, the answer is always no if you don't ask the question, so good for him for putting his phone number on there. Never mind, leave your number, that's cool. Somebody
You
might...
changed it real fast.
What?
You changed real fast.
I did. Well, I was thinking, my first thought is, what's Roberto doing? Then I'm thinking, good for him to put that out there. Good for him.
Brave.
I mean, brave. I like that. All right.
He's gonna get spammed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
It's in Brazil. I love Rio, Brazil. All right. We have to go visit.
Yeah.
We haven't been back there. We have to go back to the show. Okay, wait. Back to this.
Squirrel.
Ideas on making yourself. Brent is sitting there going, Michael, would you say squirrel finally? Squirrel. All right. How to be more appealing. Smile.
That's...
How much more appealing is it when somebody smiles?
Yeah, when they're grumpy, I don't want to play with them. Not creepy smile.
Not like Chandler trying to do wedding photos.
Right.
You know? Friends were friends for that. All right. Laugh.
Yes, I love laughing.
Laugh at yourself, laugh at others, laugh with others. It's more appealing. Ask questions. People like to talk.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Most people.
You'll talk if you're asked questions.
I do.
You know, as introverted as you are, you get asked a question, you're more than happy to share.
Yeah.
It's just you don't feel like you should bring it up because you were told to shut up by your dad all the time. You and all the kids. It's just, it's part of it.
There were 6 of us.
There were 6 of you. Guys, and women too, I've learned recently, maintain your facial hair. I mean, seriously. You know,
It's so true.
well, it was on Big Bang Theory last week or the week before where Sheldon said that Amy loved, oh, look at my beauty mark. He said, yeah, if hair's growing out of it, it's not a beauty mark, it's a mole. But that was funny.
Women are shaving their faces now.
Or just pluck the hairs are growing. I'm not anti-mole.
Peach fuzz.
I'm not anti anything. I'm just
I hate
saying,
peach fuzz on
mainly for
faces.
men, maintain your facial hair.
Yes.
You know, do what feels good for you, but recognize what other people are thinking because it goes
Maintain
along
hair
with
in
grooming.
general.
Maintain your hair in general. Goes along
In
with grooming.
All of it.
order.
Goes along with grooming. Yesterday you helped me veet. I don't use Nair, I veet my meat
Which was
and
really
my body.
fun, by the way.
That
It's
was
freezing
fun.
cold.
Yeah, you love that. Body language is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Body language is the way to make yourself more appealing. Even in a photo. Somebody that takes a photo smiling, leaning forward, you look excited. I might want to meet
I'm
you.
usually like this.
Yeah, but... okay, you know which one I don't like? What are the photos I don't like?
I don't know.
Look at me.
Duck face.
Duck face.
Duck lips. Oh, I hate the duck lips.
Oh, I hate duck lips.
I dislike the
Stop
duck
doing
lips.
that.
Guys, and again, I'm not being a jerk. Whatever your style is, maintain your hairstyle. If you're looking to pick up, meet, or hook up with a woman or a couple, whatever, or another man if you're bi or gay, whatever it is, recognize that they want to be attracted to you like you want to be attracted to them. I'm not saying go spend a ton of dough, but I'm telling you right now, when I was single, yeah, my biceps helped and my abs helped. That definitely helped. But I also had a hairstyle. And whether you go to Supercuts and spend $15, or you go to a fancy salon and spend $100, which is, I think it's $100 a haircut is stupid, because they go to the same school. But, you know, I mean, that's just my opinion. Just be clean.
Yes.
Be groomed. You know? Jake
I
is dressed
will
very
look
spiffy. I can't pull that off.
What?
He's dressed very spiffy.
Yeah, sure you can.
You could pull
I-
it off.
Yeah.
I don't
We
know
know
if it's good as
recently
you.
that you can pull off things.
I can pull off colored jeans. We learned that in Toronto. Thank you, Sean. Pockets, you can't pull off colored pants. For 4 years,
No, I
I've tried to pull off
years.
colored jeans. You can't do it, Michael. Our daughter, Daddy, that's not
It's
you.
not been 4 years. It's been 8.
It's been, no, I mean, about 4 years, okay, 8 years. I was giving you a break there. But in Toronto,
You
had
did.
the
You look
maroon
really
jeans.
good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think it was Versace or Dolce or something. I'm like, Sean, you spend way too much money on your clothes, but all right. Eye contact, walk with confidence, be relaxed. And on a silly note, you want to attract people, wear bright colors.
Really?
It really helps. Yes, it truly, truly helps attract people. Because a bright color, when we broadcasted from and hosted the X-Run, remember it was that
Yes.
fluorescent green shirt? I wore that shirt anywhere, and
You get talked to.
people talk. They just,
Maybe
hey,
it's-
what's the X-Run?
Maybe it's just a conversation piece.
It's a conversation starter.
Yes,
There's
it
a-
could be.
It starts conversations. Somebody
There's a
asked a
study
question.
that if a woman is wearing red, when you
Mm-hmm.
walk in the room, that's the first thing that people's eyes go to.
Oh, I'm starting to roll red.
That's a good point. The red is.
Red?
Please also. So if you're driving a yellow sports car, they're less likely to pull you over than a red sports car.
That's very true.
So
So you might get frisked.
Michael and Anya, I'm not sure how to say
Which
their
could be a
name.
good thing.
Exactly.
Michael and Anya asked this question. Hi, Mike, and they mean Holly too. We know couples who are married for a long time. They don't have sex between them because they are not attracted to each other, but they are in lifestyle and have fun with other people during parties. And they are happy married. Communication first and happy relationship. You need to have this feeling you are a giver, not only a receiver. You like to give pleasure or be in a nice situation for your partner and you, not only push for your own business. Absolutely agree with them that you must communicate.
Yes.
I'm not going to disagree that they're... I won't debate whether, in my opinion, they're happily married or not, but if sex with others is fun, but sex with your partner isn't enjoyable...
What is it about your partner that you're not enjoying?
Right, I would want to look at that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
again, I'm not saying they're not happy. I don't know that. I haven't done an intake. You know, you have to do an intake. You have to get to know the patient or patients.
I would be a horrible psychologist. I'd be like, what's your problem?
Do me a favor. Lean a little to your right for me. Not you. No, you. Right. Your other right. There we go. Now I can see Jake. Okay.
What am I doing?
No. So I'm not saying that they're not a healthy couple. I am saying that that is not a couple you and I would play with.
No, not at all. And I know of a situation like that. So no, I would never play a couple
Because
like that.
my concern is, good as everything is at home, one of the... All right, let me back up. If they'll cheat with you, they'll cheat on you. I truly believe that. So when your partner leaves you, what do you care anymore? Odds are they're going to get fucked over by the person they left you for if they cheated.
Probably.
That's how I feel, number one. Number two...
Hopefully.
Number two, if you're missing something at home and you're getting it outside, so in the lifestyle they're getting sex, they're having fun. Okay, that may work for them. But you don't know how happy someone is behind closed doors. You really don't. My ex and I are a perfect example of that because she wanted everyone to perceive things were good. She said, why can't we be like Jeff and Arby? Right? This was a couple. I'm not using their last name, so fuck them. I can use their first names. Why can't we be like them? What she didn't know was Jeff was cheating on Arby all the time. He'd call me up. Can I use you as an excuse? Dude, no, don't put me in that situation.
That
Right.
sucks.
It sucks. But you don't know what's going on at home behind closed doors.
No, what is perceived in the public eye is could be completely different
Right.
in private.
Right. So in public, anyway, I'm not saying they're not in a healthy relationship. I am just saying that if they don't enjoy it, it could be, okay, let's look at Scotty and Nicoletta. They open up about this, the owners of Cassidy. Scotty and Nicoletta enjoy their sex life together. But when they play, he looks for a woman that likes it really rough because that's how he wants it. And she looks for a man that likes it really soft. Not as penis soft, but soft sex.
would work.
Because that wouldn't work with soft penis, right? And that's how she prefers. But they still have sex together.
Right.
And when they play separately, they look for what it is that stimulates them separately. I'm sorry, you know, that's their individual desire.
Yes.
Because I'm going to look at anal sex with us. You don't like anal sex. But you love when women who do like anal sex, and I have anal sex with them. You get very turned on by that.
Yes, I do.
You even place my penis inside their anus. So, it's fun. It's hot.
It sounded.
It didn't sound as hot as it is, but it is hot.
Yeah, right.
Point being, though, you gotta be doing things together. So you look at Scotty and Nicoletta, how strong and healthy they are because they communicate. They have an agreement when they're together because they find a happy medium. And then when they're playing separately, that's how.
Yeah.
And that works great. That's amazing. So I don't know this couple. It would not be a couple I believe you and I would play with for that reason, though.
Yes.
That reason. I don't know. All right. What is this? I wanted to talk about sexual health. God, it's weird. We haven't even been in the studio since we broadcasted for Desire, the
Right.
Sexual Health Expo.
Oh, it
Do you remember that?
Yes.
That was a blast.
Jeez.
That was a blast. Impromptu broadcast. Over 18,000 people joined us on Facebook Live. We pre-recorded for a show. It was truly a blast. The Sexual Health Expo here in Los Angeles. They do one in Chicago also. You can check them out at She, I think, or I don't know. Just Google
She.
Sexual Health Expo. I don't know. But part of sexual health to me is having a positive body image. It really is. And we've got asked a lot. Are all women in the lifestyle bisexual? No. Majority, I'd say between 47 and 51% are curious.
Right.
Curious, not necessarily bisexual. We happen to know a lot of women that are bisexual.
Yeah.
Doc 1 and C is not bisexual.
True.
They play a lot. She's not bisexual.
Yes.
And they play with couples that are where the woman's bisexual, but it doesn't interfere. You know? So that's a good thing. But body image, if you own who you are and how you present yourself, that to me is sexy.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that it not protrudes, but I think you exude sexiness when people can tell you're sexy. Like when they can tell that you're confident in your body.
Right.
Regardless of what you look like.
That's it. Keep going.
Yeah,
you hit it exactly.
It's regardless of what you look like. This stereotype, it doesn't matter.
There should be no body shaming.
Yeah,
there should be body faming.
Yeah. This is you. This is
Yes.
the body you're stuck with.
Well, not stuck with. Unless it's
Well,
for medical reasons,
right.
or there's something infecting, like you have lupus,
Yes, it is.
you have Hashimoto's also, which can slow down your thyroid, but you do things to make sure, whether it's medicine, diet, exercise, not diet as in a diet plan, but dieting, watching what you eat.
Right.
Because you want to maintain a certain thing that makes you feel comfortable.
But this is me.
Right.
So I'm going to do what I feel makes me sexy.
And body image, here in Modern Love, it's not just about, hey, we played with this person or that person. It's for single people, it's for couples, it's for the men and the women. It's for people in the lifestyle, out of the lifestyle. People that are consensually non-monogamous, in open relationships, or in vanilla relationships. People are thinking about it. Because body image is truly the way you see yourself and imagine how you look. And when you accurately see yourself, you can be comfortable in your body. Which, in my opinion, makes you 5 times more sexy.
Oh, heck yeah.
And you could challenge me, but if you've seen us out, if you see when... You'll see exactly what I mean. I mean exactly what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the woman a few years ago when we were in Jamaica, and she shared she'd just lost, I think, 150 or 200 pounds, and she still wanted to drop another 150 or 200 pounds. That woman was sexy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Because she owned it.
Yep.
She owned it. She knew she was large, but not to be funny, she was in charge.
Yeah, she was.
And men, not because, I want to try it. No, she was sexy. She owned it. No, I'm not going to play with her. But it wasn't because of her size. It's just, I wasn't attracted to her that way.
Right.
But my God, I loved hanging out with her. I loved hanging out with her.
It was sexy hanging out with her.
It was sexy hanging out with her. It really was.
And you know what I feel like if you surround yourself with people like that, you start to feel like that. You start to have a great body image.
Yeah, and let me be fair. The reason I'm not going to play with her is she's not in the lifestyle. She's just very sex positive and a naturalist. So when I say I'm not going to play with her, it's because I don't even have a shot.
Right.
That's not the way she plays.
Right.
So out of respect for her, not even thinking about it. Not even thinking about it. So, yeah, it's... How do you feel when you look in the mirror? I hope, and Jake said it earlier, if he's having a bad day, compliment somebody else. You know what? If you look in the mirror and you're not happy, compliment yourself. Find something you like about yourself.
Yeah.
Because that does make you sexier. That does make you more appealing.
It does.
Not that you want to have sex with me, but somebody's going to want to have sex with you.
I do.
Well, I know you... Yeah, right, you do. You woke up this morning. Do you remember the first things you asked me as you were putting on your makeup as I was waking up?
Did we have sex last night?
Yep. Did we have sex last night?
But but I did. I had sex.
Yes, you did. I think, wait, is that Kat herself that just chimed in? I don't know if that's Kat. Let me look. If that's Kat, amazing licensed marriage family therapist and a PhD from a real university. She is licensed and accredited. So Kat, if that's you, you should put your contact information there. A lot of couples need to understand that in the lifestyle, in consensual non-monogamous relationships, as we shared earlier, there are issues, bills, family, kids, co-parenting, like I said earlier. And a therapist that understands the lifestyle isn't the cause of the problem, that the normal issues in marriage can cause problems, boom. I mean, they're priceless. They're absolutely priceless. And we refer many people to Kat locally, and she can do, in other states, she can do it via the internet, but it's not therapy. I believe it's got to be called coaching because you have to be licensed in those states. You have to be licensed, yeah. So that's fun. Talked about masturbation earlier.
Yes, we did.
What causes the embarrassment, you guys, when masturbation is a topic? What do you think?
I have no idea.
You saying by
Maybe
yourself
because
or
you're,
mutual?
Yeah, because you're...
It's what?
You saying by yourself or mutual?
Well, either.
By yourself.
It's because it's considered taboo and so many jokes are made about it, or religion.
I think
Mormons aren't allowed to masturbate.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah, Pockets, what do you think?
I feel like, especially for men, because things come out, Women, nothing comes out. So women, it's like, I masturbated.
Yeah, but so you didn't see the guy masturbate. Why does a guy get embarrassed?
It might.
Yeah, exactly. It might.
It's true.
I've known a lot of women that squirt,
It's true.
and I love squirting. I love squirting.
Intimate thing, because I mean, you don't talk about your sex life, so why would you talk about your masturbation life?
Right, but I'm saying if you are in a conversation and people, I find couples more willing to discuss their intimate sexual details than ever being willing to talk about how they masturbate.
Really?
I found that, yeah. I mean,
think you're right, but I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I think it's just because it's just a common thing that people kind of shame you for.
but taboo also, right?
Yeah,
It's that,
taboo.
you're going to grow hair on your palms, guys, if you jerk off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I go back to, it's a beautiful thing. Women should do it to learn their own bodies.
Well, exactly.
Shave the
No,
balls.
it's way more important for women than it is for men.
Yes. Well, for guys, it's important to learn stamina.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
true.
I can see that.
I called it a 9 to 5, where if a guy practices on himself or with his partner, but he can practice on himself. Kat also does meditation and yoga, I believe, and she has some seminars on that. But I call it the 9 to 5 method, which is build yourself up when you're masturbating to a 9. 10 is orgasm. Mm-hmm. Don't let yourself orgasm. Then slow your stroke down or whatever you're doing and go back down to that 5. In a way, they call it edging. There's many terms for it.
Yeah.
But you train your penis then that's how you can strengthen your penis to be able to last longer in bed.
Yeah.
That's why I'm training my clitoris.
I love
to
it.
last
Well,
longer.
yeah, I mean, so you say you're training your penis, but like you're really training your prostate to.
I'm training it right.
To
Hold.
and
Right.
and
that's why men can do Kegels too.
Exactly. And
Men do Kegels by, if you were urinating and you want to stop the stream, that's how you do it. Just I'm doing Kegels right now.
You're stopping the stream
Oh,
of your urine.
no! I'm using that same muscle.
Not
As Jake said,
yet.
I'm using that same muscle, yeah. Also, I feel that whether you're in the lifestyle or not, whether you believe in consensual non-monogamy or not, understanding sexual pleasure is one of the first steps to being truly happy in your relationship. First with yourself and in your relationship. Because sexual pleasure is the feeling we get when we are sexually aroused. Mm-hmm. The sexual response cycle is the pattern of changes in our bodies and in what we feel when having sexual pleasure. And let's not joke, there's science out there that shows sexual pleasure enhances health and well-being.
Yes, it does.
We used to have a
Live
sister
longer.
station.
serotonin,
What? Good.
endorphins, and serotonin.
Endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, I mean everything. All these different things are being
It
released.
all gets released when you're having sex.
It does. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's an enjoyment, right? Again, I go back to harmonious passion, obsessive passion. I have a harmonious passion with intimacy with you and when we play with others.
Yes.
But again, you have to understand the difference between the two. And sexual pleasure does enhance health and well-being. It makes us feel good. Mm-hmm. When we get that release, whether it's provided personally or through somebody else.
And too, like going back there, it does regulate your hormones.
It does regulate your hormones also.
Just like
Yep.
exercise.
Guys, I also want you to understand that women have a few erogenous zones, not just the vagina. There's nipples and breasts for some women,
Yeah.
not for you, pockets. I know, but some women do. Back of the neck, things like that. We all heard of the G spot.
She can get off just on the nipples.
You can get
Wow.
off, Sophia, just on the nip. Prove it.
Yeah.
Just kidding. All right. Anyway, that's for another show. But there's also a lot of people don't understand the A spot. I don't have enough time to get into it. Google that A spot for women. It's an erogenous zone, but it can also be for men and women. The arms, the backs, the ears, the feet, the fingers, the legs, the necks, the nipples, the vagina for women, the penis for men. We don't have time to talk about it today. We are running out of time, but I do need to talk when we get back live, because tomorrow we have Jake and Sophia with us. No. When we had dinner, when Jake threw the dinner in our honor at the Vatican, Jake had a gentleman there that was serving the dinner and the drinks and what anybody needed. Mm-hmm. But what you need to understand about this gentleman is that's his fetish. He gets off and he derives pleasure from I'm being very careful with the word I use here.
I know.
From doing what he's told by others.
Right.
But understand this. He gives you permission to do that. No humiliation's involved.
Yeah.
No humiliation.
Mm-hmm.
But it is part of BDSM. BDSM does not mean sex. Anybody who watched, I'm not a big fan of 50 Shades. And you realize in there he's less of a dom, more of a sadist. In part 2.
True.
You and Hannah made Sean and I see the damn movie.
We did.
You guys made us see that movie. But you realize he's more of a sadist than he is a dom. And that's okay, because there are women that are masochists. You know, giving pain, and enjoying it, getting pain, enjoying it. You enjoy pain during sex as long as it's pain that goes along with the sex. You don't like pain above the sex.
No.
Right. So that's a good distinction. But I do want to talk about, what was his name? Joel? No. What was his name?
Shoot.
The gentleman. Ah, crap. I'll have to ask Jakey.
Yeah.
All right.
It was awesome.
But it was awesome. And what might be weird to others, right? Because I don't get it. I'm not going to go clean your dishes or serve you food. But who am I to judge what he derives pleasure from?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a foot fetish, too.
Yes.
He's got a foot fetish. He actually pays women like $100 to massage their feet. He pays Jake
You need to be paying me.
to do this. He pays Jake to come over and help. Because it's fulfilling a fantasy. And somebody thought it was weird, and I said, have you ever been to a Broadway play? Yeah. Okay. You pay money to go? Yeah. Did you enjoy it? Yeah. But it's the same thing for him.
Right.
He's deriving pleasure that way. You derive pleasure this way.
Yep.
Playboy Radio's Modern Love with Holli and Michael. That is us. We'll be on location a lot coming up. Join us in Jamaica with YoungSwingersWeek.com in March. Join us in Rochester with SatinSheetDreams.com in April. And then right after that, Jamaica with WildWomenVacations.com and the Playful Pussycats. We've got Toronto. We've got Desire Venice cruise. There's so much going on. Go to HollyandMichael.com to check it out. At SwingTime69 on Twitter. Michael Pockets on Facebook. Your Instagram?
Real Holly Pockets.
Join us Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Always stay in touch. We love hearing from you. Are you ready, baby?
Yep.
Swing. We love you, family. All right. We need one of them to come in and lock this down. I don't know how to turn the live part off. All right, everybody. Peace out. Thank you for joining us. I know I was all over the place today. I think she just covered me up.
I did, but I uncovered you.
Sorry we were all over the place today, but that's the fun part. Oh, we are still live here. Hey, do you mind?
Peace out. I'll go get him.
Do you turn that off? And yeah.